In the shimmering galaxy of Hollywood, where dreams are dressed in diamonds and ambition glows brighter than the marquee lights, the story of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni unfolds like a movie within a movie, two stars drawn together by art storytelling. And the unending pursuit of excellence, their collaboration on It Ends With Us, became not just a film project, but a journey of creativity, resilience, and heart, as the world buzzed about behind the scenes, moments, contracts, schedules, and what it really means to bring a best-selling story to life. Both Blake and Justin stood as perfect symbols of the modern artist balancing fame with authenticity and ambition with compassion. And as we drift into their world, we discover how the magic of Hollywood continues to evolve, shaped by the talents who dare to dream big, from the quiet sets to the roaring red carpets, from the endless takes to the laughter between scenes. This world is as unpredictable as it is beautiful, and yet every frame tells a story worth remembering. Blake Lively, with her timeless charm, has long been one of Hollywood's most luminous figures. Her rise from a beloved TV icon to a fashion powerhouse and acclaimed actress has been nothing short of inspiring. She blends elegance with relatability, transforming every role and appearance into a celebration of creativity and grace. Justin Baldoni, on the other hand, represents a new era of male leadership in entertainment, one grounded in empathy, purpose, and storytelling that moves the soul. His work, both in front of and behind the camera, has ignited conversations about vulnerability, hope, and the power of human connection together. Their artistic synergy has become a beacon of what Hollywood can be when integrity and artistry walk hand in hand. And yet beyond the spotlight, the industry itself pulses with countless other journeys, each filled with victories, lessons, and comebacks that remind us why we fall in love with stories in the first place. Think of Zendaya, who began as a Disney darling and transformed into a global fashion icon, an Emmy-winning actress, redefining what it means to grow up in Hollywood without losing one's essence. Or take Taylor Swift, whose evolution from a teenage country prodigy to a record-breaking cultural phenomenon has rewritten the rules of artistry, independence, and empowerment. Their stories, much like Blake's and Justin's, reveal that fame is not a destination, but a continuous evolution of self. Every photo shoot, every award, every song, and every film is just another brushstroke in the larger painting of their lives. And as fans, we become part of that story too. Watching, supporting, feeling connected through every performance, interview, and post-it is that bond between celebrity and audience that makes the world of fame both dazzling and deeply human. Now, when we look at Blake Lively's career, we see a woman who has never let the glitz overpower her purpose. She has spoken about the importance of family, of choosing roles that align with her values, and of using fashion as a means of expression, not excess. From her iconic Met Gala moments to her effortless street style. She treats fashion as storytelling, wearing her mood and message on her sleeve, sometimes literally. And when it comes to philanthropy, Blake has continuously supported causes close to her heart, from child protection initiatives to advocacy for women empowerment. Her generosity reminds us that celebrity influence can be a force for good. Similarly, Justin Baldoni has taken his platform to inspire millions through his conversations about masculinity, empathy, and spiritual growth. His work on projects like 5 Feet Apart and his best-selling book Man Enough has encouraged men around the world to embrace sensitivity as strength and kindness as courage. He leads not with ego, but with purpose, redefining what heroism looks like in the entertainment world. And when these two artists came together for It Ends With Us, fans around the world felt that something truly meaningful was in the making. The story itself, based on a beloved novel, resonated with millions for its emotional honesty and complexity, and with Blake and Justin guiding it, the anticipation was electric. But beyond the film lies the bigger story, the story of resilience, collaboration, and the challenges that come with balancing artistic vision with public expectation. Hollywood thrives on contrast, beauty and chaos, glamour and grit, applause and pressure. And yet through it all, the artists who remain true to themselves become timeless. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, who went from teen heartthrob to environmental advocate, or Rihanna, who transformed from pop icon to billionaire entrepreneur and humanitarian. These stories reveal that success in Hollywood is no longer defined by box office numbers alone, but by impact, authenticity, and longevity. Blake Lively embodies that evolution. Her every choice, from acting to directing to business, reflects a woman creating her own lane, one that celebrates creativity, integrity, and independence. And Justin Baldoni, with his steady voice and compassionate leadership, reminds us that kindness still has a place in a world often obsessed with image. As we explore their intertwined journeys and the broader tapestry of celebrity culture, we realize that fame is merely the backdrop. The real story lies in the humanity behind the headlines, the laughter between takes, the sleepless nights spent rewriting scenes, the small moments that never make it to the tabloids but define who these people truly are. Hollywood may sparkle with fantasy, but it is built on real dreams, real work, and real hearts. And that is what keeps us watching, not just for the drama, but for the inspiration that somewhere in the stories of stars like Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, we find a reflection of our own hopes and possibilities. And so this is not just their story, but all of ours. One of passion, reinvention, and the pursuit of meaning in a world that never stops rolling its cameras. As the lights continue to shimmer over the Hollywood hills, the stories of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni expand into a wider narrative about what it truly means to grow within fame, to rise through the noise, and to remain grounded when the world keeps spinning faster than ever. It is not just about their art or their public image, but about how they each represent a new generation of purpose-driven creators who view success as a platform for change rather than a pedestal for praise. Blake Lively, with her effortless mix of humor, intellect, and elegance, has shown that one can be both glamorous and grounded, a loving mother and a leading actress, a fashion icon and a philanthropist. She has turned her red carpet moments into art forms, and her public appearances into opportunities for storytelling. Whether she's in a shimmering couture gown or a cozy sweater on a family walk, her authenticity shines through, and in a world that often rewards perfection, Blake stands out for her humanity, her openness to growth, her willingness to make mistakes, learn and share that journey with fans across the globe. Justin Baldoni mirrors that same sincerity in his own way, born with a dream of storytelling that connects people beyond screens. He has turned every project into a reflection of his core belief that entertainment should heal, uplift, and inspire his earlier fame. From Jane the Virgin could have kept him comfortably within the world of television, but instead he stepped beyond, acting into producing, directing, and motivating others to explore emotional depth. His message that masculinity should not be about dominance but about courage, vulnerability, and empathy has sparked a global conversation that continues to resonate. With audiences of all ages, when we think of Hollywood, we often imagine fame as a glittering whirlwind. But when you listen to Justin talk or see Blake create, you realize that for them, the true meaning of success lies in contribution, not consumption. And that belief connects them to a much larger constellation of stars who use their influence to illuminate rather than blind, from Angelina Jolie, using her fame to champion humanitarian causes, to Selena Gomez transforming her personal struggles into advocacy for mental health awareness, from the quiet grace of Keanu Reeves to the groundbreaking resilience of Lady Gaga. Each celebrity story becomes another chapter in this ever-expanding saga of human courage within glamour. It is not about escaping the spotlight, but reshaping it. And that is exactly what Blake and Justin do through their choices as artists and as people. Their collaboration on It Ends With Us symbolizes a bridge between literature and film emotion and art vulnerability and strength. And for fans watching from every corner of the world, it represents something bigger than entertainment. It is a reminder that love stories, whether on screen or in real life, are never perfect, but they are always worth telling, and that, even in an industry known for spectacle, there remains space for sincerity. The beauty of Hollywood today lies in its diversity of voices and its evolution from exclusivity to inclusion. New filmmakers, musicians, and fashion icons from around the globe are redefining the meaning of celebrity with each generation. The boundaries of fame stretch further, encompassing stories once left untold, from the rising stars of Korea's entertainment industry, like the members of BTS who turned their music into a universal language of hope, to African and South Asian creators who bring their rich cultures into mainstream storytelling. The world stage has never been more connected, and within that connection lies a shared heartbeat, the belief that art in all its forms has the power to unite even amidst difference. Blake Lively's fashion choices, for instance, have often echoed this very sentiment. Her collaborations with designers from around the world, her attention to detail, and her celebration of individuality make her not just a muse, but a movement. She shows that style is not about trends, but about telling the truth of who you are in that moment. Justin Baldoni carries that same philosophy into his directing, creating films that feel like conversations more than performances, urging audiences to feel deeply, think clearly, and love fully. And while the headlines may at times focus on rumors, deals, and disputes, the real story always lies beneath in the creativity, the sleepless nights, the collaborations, and the sacrifices made for the sake of storytelling. Hollywood's heart still beats strong because of people like them, because of those who remember that storytelling is a sacred act, an offering of emotion to the world. Around them, it is easy to get lost in the noise of fame, the flashing cameras, the online chatter, the constant comparison. But what makes figures like Blake and Justin stand out is their quiet refusal to let that noise define them. They move forward, with grace, focusing not on gossip but on growth. And that mindset has become an example for countless fans who look up to them for more than just their beauty or fame. They look up to them for courage, resilience, and the reminder that even the most successful people are still human, still learning, still striving, and still evolving. And as this journey unfolds, we find ourselves inspired not just by the glamour of Hollywood, but by its soul, by the simple yet powerful idea that behind every film, premiere, every photo shoot, every viral moment lies a person dreaming, hoping, and believing that their story can make the world a little brighter. As the sun sets over Los Angeles, casting a golden glow across the Hollywood sign, the rhythm of fame continues its endless melody, where every heartbeat echoes the laughter, tears, and triumphs of those who dared to chase their dreams. And in that rhythm, we see the continuing journeys of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, two artists who represent a new kind of Hollywood, one that balances artistry with purpose, glamour with gratitude, and influence with integrity. Their collaboration became a symbol of how two creative spirits can transform challenges into inspiration. And while the world watched the headlines, their focus remained on the work, the story, the message, and the magic of cinema itself. Blake Lively's presence has always been more than beauty. It is poised intelligence and a quiet confidence that radiates through her every move, from her early breakout in Gossip Girl to her sophisticated performances in films like The Age of Adeline and A Simple Favor. She has proven that she can seamlessly shift between genres while maintaining her signature charm. She brings depth and empathy to her characters, making them relatable, even in the most extravagant settings. And off-screen, she continues to inspire with her advocacy for ethical fashion, entrepreneurship, and kindness. Justin Baldoni, in parallel, continues to explore storytelling through the lens of humanity. From directing heartfelt dramas to producing inspirational documentaries, he champions the stories that remind us of our shared emotions and connections. He challenges stereotypes not through confrontation, but through compassion. And as a speaker, writer, and creative visionary, he has become a guiding voice for a generation, seeking authenticity in a world obsessed with appearances. Together, Blake and Justin reflect a truth often forgotten amidst the flash of cameras, that fame without purpose is fleeting, but art born of passion is eternal. And it is that passion that connects them not just to each other, but to a broader legacy shared by many icons who came before and those who continue to shape Hollywood today. Think of Meryl Streep, who has spent decades mastering her craft with humility and grace, showing that greatness is not about dominance but dedication, or Denzel Washington, whose words on perseverance and purpose have inspired not just actors but dreamers in every field, or Jennifer Lopez, who despite countless challenges has built an empire through persistence, reinvention, and belief in herself. These stories intertwine into a tapestry of resilience and courage, where every success is not just a victory, but a message to the world that dreams do come true when pursued with honesty and heart. And when we turn our gaze back to Blake and Justin, we see two people walking that very path, facing both the creative complexities of filmmaking and the emotional expectations of audiences who have grown to love them. Their journey reminds us that Hollywood is more than just an industry. It is a mirror of our collective hopes, where fiction often reflects truth, and truth sometimes hides within fiction. In the making of their film, It Ends With Us, the process was layered with emotion, collaboration, and reflection. The themes of the story itself resonated with audiences long before the cameras rolled: love, loss, and the courage to begin. Again, these are universal experiences that bind all of us together, and through their interpretation of this narrative, Blake and Justin became conduits for healing storytelling, not just as entertainment, but as empathy, the kind that invites viewers to see themselves in the art they consume and to find solace in shared humanity as Hollywood evolves. So too does its heartbeat. New stories, new faces, and new forms of connection define this era of celebrity culture. Yet through all this change, certain constants remain: authenticity, humility, and purpose continue to shine as the most valuable currencies. And that is why figures like Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni endure. Their fame is not an accident. It is the result of vision, hard work, and the courage to be real. Even when perfection seems like the easier option beyond the screen, they continue to live lives filled with meaning, family, love, and contribution to society. Blake with her husband Ryan Reynolds forms one of the most admired power couples in entertainment, not because of wealth or glamour, but because of their humor, humility, and shared dedication to giving back. They have donated millions to humanitarian causes, while also reminding fans to laugh at themselves and cherish the small joys in life. Justin, on his side, remains devoted to his wife, Emily, and their family, while balancing his many projects with grace. His message is simple and profound: that success means nothing if it costs your soul, and that legacy is built not on fame, but on the love you leave behind for others. These are the lessons that make their stories universal, resonating with fans across continents and generations. And as we continue to trace the arcs of their lives, we begin to understand that celebrity is not just about recognition, but about resonance. It is about how one's story can touch hearts, spark hope, and remind the world that greatness is not born from spotlight but from sincerity. And so as Hollywood marches forward into a new age where social media fame intertwines with artistic integrity, where global voices merge with local stories, and where technology amplifies both creativity and connection, we find ourselves once again captivated by the same timeless theme that unites them all: the power of storytelling to remind us who we are, where we come from, and what we are capable of becoming. As the stars begin to shimmer above the city of angels, the ever-turning wheel of fame continues to spin, carrying with it the dreams of those who dare to create and those who dare to believe. And in that soft hum of cameras flashing and scripts being read and music being written lies the true soul of Hollywood, a place where magic meets effort and imagination becomes a way of life. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni continue to shape their paths with purpose and grace, their journeys intertwining, with a generation of artists redefining what success means. No longer is it about being untouchable, but about being understood, about using the spotlight not to blind, but to illuminate something deeper, something real. And that evolution can be seen in every corner of the entertainment world, in the quiet determination of Zendaya, who moves seamlessly between blockbuster films and artful indie projects, while remaining an advocate for inclusivity and youth empowerment, in the boundless energy of Timothée Chalamet, whose artistry proves that vulnerability can be as magnetic as confidence, in the iconic presence of Beyoncé, who continues to redefine performance art by blending culture, activism, and empowerment into every beat of her work. And in the rise of international talents like Deepika Padukone and Park Seo-joon, who bring new textures and voices to Hollywood's global narrative. What connects them all is a shared heartbeat, a belief that fame is most meaningful when it serves a purpose beyond itself. Blake Lively has never been one to let her career define her entirely. She embodies balance, showing that it's possible to be a devoted mother, a creative entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and a leading actress all at once. Her ventures in fashion and business are not just extensions of her celebrity, but expressions of her creative spirit. She designs with storytelling in mind, crafting not just clothes but experiences that reflect individuality and warmth. Justin Baldoni mirrors that multidimensionality through his work behind the camera, focusing on projects that spark empathy and dialogue. He is not just making movies, he is building bridges between stories and souls, inviting audiences to see each other with more compassion in an age where fame can sometimes feel fleeting. Both of them stand as reminders that authenticity endures longer than virality, and integrity shines brighter than controversy. Their strength comes from knowing who they are and what they stand for. And that sense of purpose echoes across the industry like a melody carried by the wind. When we look at figures like Lady Gaga, who turned her art into activism, or Harry Styles, who uses fashion to express fluidity and freedom, or Taylor Swift, who took control of her narrative with fierce grace, we see a common thread: courage. The courage to evolve, to be misunderstood, to keep creating. Even when the world demands perfection, Hollywood has always thrived on reinvention, and each generation brings new meaning to the word stardom. Today it means being relatable rather than unreachable, grounded rather than grand. And as Blake and Justin continue to navigate their careers, they do so with an awareness that every choice, they make every word they speak and every story they tell has the power to influence hearts around the world. What makes their impact so enduring is not the noise of their fame, but the quiet power of their purpose. They remind us that celebrity can be a mirror not just of luxury, but of humanity. Their charity work stands as proof of that, from supporting education initiatives to promoting inclusivity and mental health awareness. They demonstrate that influence without compassion is hollow, and compassion without action is incomplete. Their example inspires fans to give back to their own communities, to lead with empathy, and to dream with courage. And beyond the awards and accolades, it is these small ripples of goodness that form the true legacy of Hollywood. When we step back to see the full picture, the world of celebrities becomes less about glamour and more about gratitude. It is a world filled with people who, despite their fame, continue to seek connection and meaning. And as the landscape of entertainment changes with streaming platforms, digital art, and global collaborations, the essence remains the same. Storytelling is still the heart of it all the way. Blake lights up the screen, the way Justin crafts a scene, the way artists from every continent share their truth with audiences. They will never meet, that is what binds them. And that is what keeps Hollywood alive. The city may be built on dreams, but it survives on heart, and it is that heart that beats within. Every actor, musician, director, and fan who believes in the power of stories to heal, to move, and to unite. And as the night deepens over Los Angeles, we can almost feel that heartbeat pulsing through the hills, whispering that no matter how fast fame moves or how loud the world becomes, the most powerful story will always be the one told with love. As the dawn rises over the hills and the first golden light spills across the skyline, the heartbeat of Hollywood continues pulsing steady and strong, carrying within it the dreams of millions and the legacies of those who came before each sunrise. Brings a new chance for reinvention, a new moment for artists like Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni to take what they have learned from their journeys and turn it into something that uplifts others. Their stories are proof that fame can coexist with humility, and that creativity, when guided by compassion, can touch the world in ways far beyond the screen. Both of them have become symbols of a more mindful entertainment industry, one where art and empathy walk hand in hand. Blake Lively stands at the intersection of glamour and authenticity. Her laughter, her intelligence, her devotion to her craft all radiate through every project she touches, whether she is stepping into a role that challenges perceptions or supporting causes that protect the vulnerable. She does it all with a quiet confidence that feels timeless. And as she continues to evolve, she shows that true success is not measured by awards or accolades, but by the number of hearts inspired along the way. Justin Baldoni, too, continues to build a legacy rooted in purpose. His journey from actor to filmmaker to motivational voice reflects the power of using talent to create meaning. He often reminds audiences that storytelling is not about perfection, but connection, that vulnerability is strength, and that every story has the power to make someone feel seen and understood in a world that often equates fame with power. Figures like Justin remind us that real power lies in kindness, in integrity, and in daring to use your voice for something bigger than yourself. Their collaboration on It Ends With Us serves as a metaphor for the industry itself, an effort to merge art and truth, vulnerability and vision, emotion and empowerment. And as audiences anticipate its message, it becomes more than a film. It becomes a reflection of how far Hollywood has come from its golden age to its modern renaissance. It is no longer just a world of spotlights and scripts, but a global community of creators using storytelling as a tool for healing growth and inspiration. From Hollywood to Bollywood, from Seoul to London, from Lagos to Sydney, artists are telling stories that cross borders and touch souls. And in this great tapestry of global creativity, Blake and Justin shine not as perfect idols, but as passionate participants in the ongoing story of art and humanity. Their resilience mirrors that of countless other icons who continue to evolve, like Taylor Swift, who turned personal battles into empowering anthems, or Zendaya, who redefines modern grace by balancing youth and wisdom, or Rihanna, whose transition from performer to mogul to mother reminds the world that reinvention is not about leaving the past behind, but about honoring it and building something greater. And as the cycle of celebrity continues, as new stars rise and seasoned ones redefine themselves, the essence of what draws us to these stories remains unchanged. We are drawn not to perfection but to humanity, to the cracks where the light gets into the moments of strength that emerge from struggle and to the glimpses of ourselves that we find in their journeys. Blake Lively's laughter in interviews, her honesty about family and work, her ability to balance glamour with groundedness, remind fans that being authentic in an image-obsessed world is its own form of courage. Justin Baldoni's thoughtful words about love, purpose, and fatherhood remind us that masculinity can be compassionate and strength can be soft together. They embody the truth that fame is fleeting, but impact is eternal, and that message stretches beyond Hollywood, touching hearts across the globe, where fans watch from their screens and see pieces of their own stories reflected back at them in this endless narrative of ambition, art, and empathy. Hollywood becomes more than a place. It becomes a promise that no matter where you come from, your voice, your story, your dream can matter too. As we close this journey, we see the lights dimming on one chapter, only to rise again on another. The music of fame never truly ends. It simply shifts its rhythm from one soul to the next. And somewhere amidst the cameras, the scripts, the laughter, and the tears, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni continue to remind us what storytelling is really about. It is about connection, about courage, and about believing that even in a world built on illusion, truth can still find a place to shine, and that is the heartbeat of Hollywood, eternal, gentle, and always full of hope. If you love celebrity stories, Hollywood news, inspirational journeys, and behind-the-scenes moments that feel personal, hit like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected with more positive and emotional celebrity documentaries.